My name is Dominik. Most people call me Dom. Been here 4 years, played here. And I was just walking around in the locker room, getting like a little quick tour of Coach Moose, and it just amazes me how the upgrades is happening, the new field, new turf. He said you got a new weight room coming in, the new film room, and it just really blows my mind because I remember where I came from. Like, we didn't have that. We had the high school metal lockers. We sitting close to each other like this, trying to get dressed fully padded. There be times I had to wait till this guy get dressed first so I can get dressed so I have room. We had the other half of the people in the visitor locker room getting dressed. But I got fully loaded locker rooms. Like, it amazes me. And then we had, on my freshman year when we watched film, we had to share with Coach St. Louis, with the O-line. We had to share with them to watch film. So while Coach St. Louis doing his, teaching, Coach Raman got to like try to pitch in and make sure he's teaching as well. We didn't have our own room. Then we got our own locker rooms, and then we got our own trailers and our own place to meet up. So now y'all know, like, I looked over there. I'm trying to look for the trailers. They ain't even there anymore. I'm like, wow, this is amazing me. When it's out there, y'all got your own like room. It looked nice, projectors and everything. But that's what happens when you win. That's what happens when you put in your hard work and you believe in yourself. You believe in the process. You get upgrades. Things start to happen. A change starts to happen when you believe in your coaches and you believe with each other. You have a good chemistry. So Coach Woods want me to be here to talk about leadership and what it takes to be a champion. If you want to be a good leader, you got to have a lot of different keys to follow from. First of all, you got to listen. To be a good leader and to be a good teammate and a good player, you have to be willing to listen. The coaches, they know what it takes to be great. They know what it takes to be a champion. Coach Moose already had a ring before he came to the school. Coach Wyman already had a few championships. Coach Rumsey already had. Coach Malone, they know, they have the experience already, so they know what it takes to be great. So if you listen to them, listen to their process, they're going to get you there. All you got to do is put in the work. All you got to do is do what they tell you to do. And trust me, you're going to win the games. You're going to win. You're going to be a champion. I was the 2015 MIAA champion. And that was one of the best things that ever happened to me, because I never been a champion before I got there. High school year, I'm always losing. I'm always losing. I never won anything in high school. I come here freshman year, we go 0-10. I'm like, man, like, when I'm gonna win something? What would it take for me to win a game? What would it take for me to win a championship? But what it took is hard work. Hard work definitely pays off. What it took was dedication. What it took was being able to listen, lead by example. That's how you be another good leader. You got to lead by example. You can say what you want to say. You can have a resume. You could have been the best player in your high school, but when you come here, you got other people that's just as good as you. You got other people that have the same record as you, the same success, just like you. But when you come here, you got to lead by example. Your actions speak louder than your words. You can say whatever you want to say, but you ain't putting in the work. If you ain't moving like how your mouth is moving, your words will mean nothing. You got to come here every single day. Whatever time you got to come to watch film, whatever time practice is, you got to be there on time. You got to be dependable. Can Coach Moose depend on you? Can Coach Rumsey depend on you? Can he depend on you to go to class every day, every morning, 8 o'clock in the morning? Can he depend on you to come to film every day? Can he depend on you to come to practice every day? Can they depend on you? Your mom and dad ain't here to wake you up every morning. My mom wasn't. When I left home, I was on my own. I had to get myself up every day to go to school. I had to get myself up every day to go to practice and go watch film. Can they trust you? Can they depend on you to make a play? Can they depend on you, and are you trustworthy enough to do whatever it is they ask you to do? Take ownership to your mistakes. Take ownership whenever you make a mistake or if you fail. Because when you fail, that doesn't mean you at the bottom. That doesn't mean you dig a hole and keep going deeper. When you fail, that gives you time to learn from it. That gives you time to learn from your mistakes and get better and be great. That's how you be a champion. Learn from your mistakes. We went 0-10 freshman year. Next year we went 6-5. Year after that we went 6-5 again, or 6-4. But our senior year we won 9-1. The reason why we had that record, you know why? We learned from our mistakes. We figured it out. Even though it took 4 years, but we figured it out. That process wasn't what happened overnight. It wasn't gonna happen the next day. It wasn't gonna happen the next year. But all it took was dedication, hard work, and be able to listen, be able to go to class every day, come to practice every day. And also, we also need a good chemistry as well. My freshman year, we used to fight. We used to get in arguments, player to player. People didn't love it enough. People was late to show up and different things. People didn't take it seriously at all. But if you come together, like everybody here is one. Even though there's different positions, there's different departments, there's different coaches, but when you come together, we are one together. Every puzzle fit the puzzle. Every piece is gonna fit the puzzle. But when you work together and you have the good chemistry, you help each other out when somebody's feeling down. If somebody get hit and they're next to you, you pick each other back up. When you see your person on the ground, you pick them back up. If you see a person that you're working out with not putting all the full effort, hey, you let them know, like, hey man, come on. I know you can do more than that. Come on, get the extra rep up. Come on. It's time to go. It's time to work hard. I remember one time, Coach Rumsey, I don't know if you remember or not, but I love that guy still this day. And I still think about it, and I talk about my wife to it every single time. When I worked with my Achilles, I was doing my rehab process, and I think I was 4 months in, and I thought my trainer said I could jump. So we had box jumps during that day. And when we were doing the box jumps, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and do this box jump. I'm not gonna do the high one, I'm gonna do the low one. So I was doing the box jumps and everything like that, thinking that my trainer said I was clear to jump. And then Coach Rumsey came to me like, what you doing, Don? And I said, I'm jumping. He said, are you clear for that? I said, yeah, I thought Dan and Shaggy said I could jump. He said, I'm gonna go get with them real quick. He got with them, and Dan said, no, he ain't cleared to jump. Coach Rumsey got in my grill. He got in my face. He like, Don, don't you be jumping. Don't you be jumping. You're still in the rehab process. You're not cleared to jump. But I respect him for that because you know why? He cared. He cared about my own safe and healthy. He cared enough to know that he wanted me to be back on the field. And he didn't do that to me. He did it to everybody. He didn't show favoritism to not just me, but everybody. Anybody he saw that was not lacking or not doing the right thing or that wasn't giving the full effort, he got in your grill. I'm pretty sure he got some of y'all already. But I respect Coach Rumsey for that, still this day. Because that made me a better person. That made me responsible. That's another thing. You got to be responsible. In the off season, are you training yourself? In the off season, are you eating right? In your off season, are you just sitting there relaxing, playing the game all day and not, going to the gym or not going to the track and, get yourself together, get yourself stay conditioned? Because when you on the off season, Coach Rumsey, Coach Maloney, Wyman, D. Hunt, Hive, they're not texting you, making sure you're doing the right thing. They're not there to see you work out. They may text you and encourage you, say, hey, are you still doing it? But it's up to you are you doing it? Can they trust you to stay in shape during the off season? Are you responsible to stay in shape? Can they trust you to stay in shape? Because when I was here, I'm not sure if y'all still doing now, but our run test was doing 16 110s. And my group had to do it in 18 seconds. And we had to rest for 30 seconds. In order for me to pass that test, I gotta keep working out. I asked my mom almost every day. I was like, Mom, I'm going to the track. I'm going to the track, Mom. I gotta stay in shape. Because I want to fail this run test. But because I was responsible, I passed every run test all 4 years. Even my freshman year. I didn't know what I was going to my freshman year. I just stayed in shape. I didn't know what kind of test I was going to run, what condition test was going to be. I just stayed in shape. And I passed every single one. And I ain't missed not one of them. I've completed every single one of them. Yes, it was tough. Yes, it was hard. It was all up here, though. It's all up here. It's a mental thing in this game. Your mind is stronger than your body. Sound mind, I learned this in one of my classes. If you have a sound mind, you have a sound body. If your mind is strong, your body's strong. If your mind is weak, your body is weak. You can be big and strong all you want to. You can look as big, you look as powerful and imitating all you want to. But if your mind ain't strong enough, you ain't gonna make it. Your spot will be taken. Because when hardship comes, when a tough time comes, or when your body telling you want to give up, are you gonna listen to your body or listen to your mind? Because they gonna push y'all through some workouts. They gonna push y'all through some challenges to be great and to be successful in whatever you're trying to do. But is your mind going to overcome those things? Are you going to challenge your mind and you challenge your body to not make the mistake and to overcome your obstacles and pain that you might be going through? I think there's somebody in here I heard Hob say somebody not having their crutches on. Not sure who it is. But I can guarantee you your rehab process probably sucked. I guarantee you that. I've been through that before. I had a lot of sleepless nights, like going to class, and then I got to put my rehab in my own schedule 3 times a week. I lost a lot of sleep trying to rehab, but you know what? It paid off. If I didn't go to rehab, I won't be staying here walking. If I didn't go to rehab, I would not have been a 2-time all-conference. If I didn't go to rehab, I would never got my spot back. If I didn't go to rehab, I would never be a champion. But I was responsible enough to make myself go to rehab, and I never missed not one of them because I wanted to be a champion. I want to feel victory. Have anybody ever felt what victory feels like? Anybody here got a ring on their finger? Nobody? Do you want one? You want a ring?
Yes, sir.
Do you want a ring?
Yes, sir.
Do you want a ring?
Yes, sir.
Well, do what it takes to get there. Do what it takes. Do what it takes. That's all it takes. It's listening. The captains that's in here. How many captains? Raise your hand if you're a captain. They chose y'all for a reason. They chose y'all to be a leader for a reason. They don't just pick nobody. I was one of the captains and leaders. You gotta lead by example. The other players are watching you. They are following you. They are looking up to you. Every step you take, they watching you. Every single step. Because they trust in you. They trust in you because the coaches trust in you. So whatever decision you make, how you walk and how you carry yourself, it's going to be a domino effect to the team. If y'all out here ain't taking it seriously, if y'all out here playing around and not going to class and just thinking that you just going through the flow, then the whole team's going to go through the flow. Because the coaches ain't around y'all all the time. The captains are. The captains are around the teammates all the time. The coaches, they spend most of their time at the office or in the field. But outside of football, y'all are around each other. The coaches chose y'all because they feel like y'all will lead by example. They feel like they can trust y'all to keep your team and your line in place. And if you do that, if you keep your line in place, and you what's that word I'm thinking about? If you give constructive criticism to your team, if they're doing the wrong thing, tell you they're gonna listen. I don't care how big and strong they are. What's your name right there? With the what's your name? Jalen. Jalen, he a big guy. But if one of the captains are smaller than him, if you tell him what to do, he gonna listen. You know why? Because you're a captain. He respect you. The coaches told you to be a captain, so they gonna respect you. And then if he ain't listen to you, guess what? Guess who he got to deal with? Coach Moose, Coach Rumsey, whoever his position coach is. Keep your team in place. Keep your team stable. Keep everybody in line. Everybody in check. Keep each other in check. Even the players, if you see some of your captains messing up, tell them too. Like, hey, what you doing? What is that? Get your head back in the game. They chose y'all to lead by example. It's another guy. He wasn't a captain, but he was a leader. His name was Andrew Paps. He hardly said anything. He barely spoke a word. Anybody know Andrew Paps in here? He didn't say nothing. He hardly said anything unless he was around his buddies, Rosemont and Pettit. But when he worked hard, he's a definition of actions speak louder than words. He didn't complain about nothing. Every workout that was given to him, he did it. He was one of the strongest guys on the team. He started at defensive end with Coach Maloney. He hardly said anything, but he play. He gonna give you full effort, give you all. But that guy led by example, just by his actions. Like, man, look at Paps going hard. I want to go hard too. Look at Paps he got that sack. I want to taste what a sack feel like. I want a sack too. Once again, your actions speak louder than your words. Every man on this team is important. I don't care if you're a punter. Your position is important. I don't care if you feel like you're the lowest or lowest. Your position you play is important because you know why? If one position is slacking, for example, the right tackle, if Coach moves call a run play to the right side, if everybody else do their job, the right guard, the center, left guard, left tackle, tight end, fullback, wide receiver, if everybody do their job, If everybody hold their man they're supposed to hold. But if that one person slip up, loss of yardage. Your running back is in the backfield getting tackled. If everybody doing their job besides his left guard, the quarterback got sacked. The running back got lost of yards in the backfield. But if everybody do their job on this team, you're going to move the ball. You're going to score a touchdown. You're going to blow teams out, even on defense. Every position is important. If a safety not do his job, if he left his zone he's supposed to be in, and the cornerback let the receiver go by, touchdown, because of one person. All it takes is one person. That's all it takes. It's one person to not do their job. Either you're not going to score, or you're going to get scored on. That's all it takes is one person to not do their job. But if everybody do their job, trust me, y'all can get a ring on your finger. And trust me, I know. I know. I've been there before. If everybody do their job, trust me, y'all can have a ring on your finger. Always stay ready. Whenever your name is called, always stay ready. Always. When I got hurt, Trevor Wyman and Kenny Logan, they were the backups. When I got hurt, they had to fill in the void. They had to fill in. So you never know what's going to happen. You never know if the starter's having a bad day. You never know if the starter's having a bad game or if he's not doing what the coaches tell him to do. But so you know what that means, right? The coach is going to make adjustments. So when they make adjustments, if they call your name, you got to go. You got to go in and make a play. You got to do whatever it is they told you to do when y'all watch film. And then if you're not doing your job, somebody else is going to take a spot. They can make another rotation, another adjustment. So whoever it is, that if you second string, first string, whatever string you are, always stay ready for anything because you never know what can happen in the game. We can predict the game all we want to, saying we're gonna win this game, we're gonna win. Oh yeah, this guy. Whenever we watch film, when I was watching film, Coach Wyman gave us the names of the person, the height, the name, even what school they went to, what high school they went to. We knew how much they weighed. We knew all about them. And every day when I watch a film, Coach Wyman would say, yeah, you probably can make this self look good. You probably can get around him pretty quick. He's not fast enough. You can get around him really quick. But when the game comes, everything might change. Then all of a sudden he might have got quicker during the week. He might have made an adjustment based off how I block. Because he watched the film on me too. He may see I can make the stiff block pretty good and box him out and turn him out during film. So we watch the film based off what he did last week. But when I come in front of him, he might make adjustment based off me, and I make adjustment based off him. So you never know what's going to come, what's going to happen. You just never know. But always stay ready for when your name is called. Always stay ready for a change. Always stay ready to take another challenge. Always be ready for another step that's going to happen. And speaking of steps, y'all go by one win. One win, that's y'all slogan. That's what y'all live by. That's what y'all live by every day when y'all wake up, one win. It's another day. It's another workout. It's another practice. It's another game. One day at a time is going to help you succeed. Every day, you got to be better than yesterday. That's what I tell my people at my job. I always tell them, whatever we did today, whatever production, whatever it was yesterday, we're going to do better than that. We're going to do another seat better than that. We're going to build 10 more seats better than that. Whatever mistake we made yesterday, oh yeah, we're going to fix it because it's a new day. I'm not dwelling on what happened in the past. I'm focused on what's in the future, what's ahead of me right now. Don't dwell on your past mistakes. Don't dwell on what happened to you in the past. Think about what's happening right now. Think about what's happening into the future. Y'all got a game coming up in 2 weeks. Y'all got an opportunity to get a ring. It's in your hands. It's in your hands, literally. The coaches can tell you what to do. They can call the play. But it's in your hands to get it. It's in your hands to do it. All you got to do is do it. Don't even think about it. Just go out there and do it. That's all you got to do. That's all it takes, man. I want to see y'all succeed. I want to see y'all get another one. I love this school. This is home to me. This is my other home. I got a few homes. I got my mom's home. I got my own home. I got my mother-in-law home. This is my home too. As I was driving through the downtown, I was getting goosebumps. Like, man, I remember that spot. Man, I remember walking up down here. I remember how this used to be. KC still look the same. I'm not sure if their food tastes the same. Everything still, some things look the same and some things look better. But I can remember all the things I went through this school. I really matured through this school. I really did. I learned a lot from this school and from the coaches that was ahead of me. I learned a lot. They taught me how to be a champion. They taught me how to be mature. They taught me how to be responsible, how to be dependable, and not be all out of place and all out of order. I had to wake up every morning. I had to make sure I was on time. I remember my first meeting, I was late. According to Coach Wyman, I was late. Our meeting was at 2 o'clock. So I showed up at 2 o'clock. He said, "You late?" I said, "What you mean? It's 2 o'clock." But it was people already up in there dressed, halfway dressed already. They had their shirt on and their shorts. They practice pants on. Halfway dressed, and I just walked up in there with my coat, my book bag, and sat right up in there at 2 o'clock. But everybody already halfway dressed, ready to go, ready for practice. And it's 2 o'clock, and they say, "You late?" I'm like, "What you mean? I'm not late." They say, "You are." They say, if you 15 minutes early, you on time. But if you on time, you late. And if you late after that, you gotta face consequences. So ever since that first day, I've been going to practice, going to my meetings. I'm always early, because I want to stay ready. You never know what's gonna happen. I want to stay ready, because when 2 o'clock hits, it's time to start teaching. When 3 o'clock hit, when it's time to hit the field, oh yeah, they go blow the whistle. All right, go time. Everybody get in their line, start stretching. Let's go. And sometimes you'll see players still running out of here late, trying to hurry up and rush to get to their position groups and everything like that. Oh yeah, they face consequences because they were late. They weren't on time. So always be responsible. Be responsible. Mature in the game. The game that you're playing, you got to mature in it. You got to grow. You got to learn from it. Every day you learn from your mistakes. When you watch film, you learn from your mistakes. Every single game, I'm pretty sure y'all get graded still, right? Y'all get checked off if you did the play right. If you did it wrong, you get an X. And out of all the players you played with, they give you a percentage, like 83%, 75%, 90%, whatever. But that's the opportunity to learn. Learn from it. You got to grow in this game to be a champion. You got to grow. You can't stay neutral. You can't stay in the same spot. You got to grow. When you grow, you can be a champion. I'm telling you. And last but not least, as I close, you got to believe. Y'all are here because y'all believe. Y'all chose this school because y'all want to win. Y'all chose this school because this is y'all passion. This is probably all you knew growing up. This is probably the sport that kept you off the streets. This is the sport that kept you out of trouble for some of y'all. This is the sport that kept you, away from drama, whatever you're dealing with at home. Some people play this game to not because they love it, because to get away from things. Maybe you have an internal mental issue you may be dealing with, and football is one of the things that's going to help you. Ask my mom. I had anger problems. I used to be mad all the time. It don't seem like that now, but I got better at it, but I used to be mad all the time. She put me in football. It's the best thing she ever did. I take my anger out on people in front of me. Go get a tackle. Go, bump somebody up. Go truck somebody. I love this game. I love this game, man. It's my passion. It's my heart. I dedicated my life to this game. I take this game seriously. I asked them. I took it seriously. I didn't play no games. I wasn't here. I wasn't playing around. I wanted to win. I wanted to taste. I wanted to feel and see what it tastes like. I cried after our last game when we beat Alma. I cried because we won. We champions. I finally knew what it felt like. I finally knew what it felt like to win. And I want y'all to feel the same thing for the ones that's still chasing after it. Believe in yourself. I'm telling you, believe in Coach Moose. He know what it takes. He has a good mind. And his other supporting cast, they have a good mind. They know what it takes. If you're really passionate about this sport, you got to believe. Believe in the player next to you. Believe he gonna believe he gonna do his job and duty while you do yours. We used to have this one play called, my freshman year, we used to call it TET. or tat? Was it tat or tat? Tat. So on this particular play, if the play running to my left, I got to tell, hey, Pettit, hey, Kramer, you got this guy right here in front of you. You take him or I take the linebacker. And so when the play starts, the DN might do something different, where he might go on my side. So now I take him, and Kramer and Pettit got to know, all right, since he came on down side, I got to go and get the linebacker. That's trust. That's trust in the process right there. I trusted Kramer to go get the linebacker, and he trusted me to take his block. You got to believe in each other. You got to do your job. Tell you, if one person not do their job, the play is dead. Unless you got a real good playmaker that's going to make a play. But this is a team sport. It's not an individual game. It's a team sport. If everybody come together, everybody work together, you will be successful at whatever you're trying to accomplish.